What is the root cause for resistance? Now, I'm going to put it in the context of the ProSci-ADKAR model, which is an amazingly important and valuable tool for identifying root causes. But before we get there, I want you to consider two different contexts for resistance, one of which is that personal context. I might have a difficult situation at home or in my personal family situations that unfortunately comes to work with me, and it just gives me, maybe my bar for receiving change goes up in terms of where I can consume differences or distinctions of change because I've got other personal or family pressures or situations. Maybe it's my career history or the plans that I have inside of the organization. Maybe I see this change as an inhibitor to where I saw myself progressing or the opportunities I saw for myself. There's also things that are about how the degree of change will affect me personally. Maybe there's a really big change going on in the organization, and I look around and go, oh my gosh, I am so heavily impacted, and that starts giving more of those barriers to resistance. So in addition to personal, there are organizational context considerations. Let me ask you this question, and it's kind of a reflective question. How good is your organization with change, right? If you polled individuals in your organization and said, how good are we at introducing change? If you find out that you've got kind of a mixed bag or even a negative response, then that history will come along. So if we have been not so good at introducing change in the past, this new change that you're asking me to embark upon with you as an organization, I'm going to look at it and go, you know what, we're not very good at this. So I don't know why this one will be successful when others have failed. So being open and honest about your history, also your organization's values and culture. Do you embody and embrace growth mindset? Do you embody and embrace innovation? Change comes with innovation and growth. What about saturation and capacity? This is a really interesting one right now in the world in which we work. There are change, saturation, and capacity issues associated with all of the changes going on, but just generally, the macro world in which we live and work has an impact on our change, saturation, and capacity. So in all of these cases, these are things that we need to take into consideration as well when we look at root cause. So I want you to point your attention when we talk about that, not just to those organizational things, perhaps personal things. And it's those personal context things that may require you as a people leader or a people manager to come alongside the resistance management role more intentionally to support the people in your team who are impacted by a change or changes.